Captain Jake Morrison walked through the cold metal halls of the council station. His boots made sharp sounds on the floor. He had been Earth's voice in this place for 5 years, but today felt different. Today felt wrong. The message had come 3 hours ago. Emergency session. All council members must attend, no exceptions. Jake knew that emergency sessions never brought good news for anyone. Dr. Lisa Grant walked beside him. She was Earth's best scientist and Jake's closest friend. Her face was tight with worry. "The evidence they showed us makes no sense," she whispered. "Our colonies would never do those things." Jake nodded. The recordings were clear. Human settlements destroying native plants. Human miners taking everything from planets without asking permission. Human soldiers forcing small alien creatures from their homes. But Jake knew his people. Earth followed strict rules about new planets. They always helped the local life, never hurt it. The council chamber doors opened with a long hiss. 12 different alien races sat in their tall chairs around the curved room. The Vextar delegate, Sthak, was already speaking. His snake-like body moved as he talked. "These humans cannot control themselves," Sthak said with his forked tongue. "They breed like insects. They take what they want. They destroy what they touch. The evidence is clear." Jake stepped forward. "That evidence is fake. Someone changed those recordings. Give us time to prove it." The room fell quiet. Then the Etherian delegate spoke in her soft voice. "The vote has already been decided. We cannot risk letting humans spread their violence." "Violence?" Jake's voice got louder. "We have kept peace in every system we entered. We helped the Zephyrians build better cities. We shared our medicine with the Aquari when they got sick. How is that violence?" But no one was listening anymore. The vote came fast. 11 voices said yes to exile. Only the young Etherian spoke for Earth, but her voice was too quiet to matter. Sthak smiled with his sharp teeth. "You have 30 days. All humans must return to your home system. Any human ship found outside after that time will be destroyed. Your colonies will be given to more deserving races." Jake felt his heart sink. 200 years of friendship with the council, gone in one morning. As he and Lisa walked back to their ship, Jake made a promise to himself. If the council wanted humanity gone, they would get their wish, but not the way they expected. The game was just beginning. Jake Morrison stood in Earth's war room looking at the biggest map he had ever seen. Red dots showed every human colony. Blue lines marked council patrol routes. Yellow areas were unexplored space. The room was full of Earth's best leaders, all waiting for his plan. "We have 27 days left," Jake said. "The council thinks we will just pack up and hide in our home system like scared children. They are wrong." Admiral Ben Clark crossed his arms. "Jake, they have thousands of ships. We have 200. If we fight, we lose everything." "We are not going to fight," Jake said with a smile. "We are going to disappear." Dr. Sam Mitchell stepped forward. He was a thin man with wild hair who spent most of his time in his lab. "My quantum fold drive is ready. It can make doorways in space that go anywhere. The council cannot track us if we use it." Lisa Grant pulled up new pictures on the screen. "Commander Amy Torres found something amazing. Empty systems on the edge of the galaxy. Rich planets with no one living there. Perfect for new colonies." Jake pointed at the map. "Operation Exodus starts now. We move everyone and everything to these new systems, but we have to be smart about it." The next weeks were like a giant magic trick. Earth's watchers saw human ships leaving colonies as ordered. What they did not see were the secret jumps happening in deep space. Dr. Mitchell's fold drives opened invisible doors. Millions of people, whole factories, even Earth's biggest shipyards moved through these doors to the new systems. Commander Torres led the most dangerous part. Her ships carried the most important people and equipment. Each jump was a risk. If the fold drive failed, they would be lost forever in empty space. Chief Engineer Ron Baker worked day and night, taking apart Earth's space stations. Every piece of metal, every computer, every tool was packed and sent through the fold gates. Nothing useful was left behind for the Council to steal. On the last day, Jake stood on Earth's surface for the final time. The planet looked normal, but it was mostly empty now. Only volunteers remained to keep up the lie. "Ready, sir?" Torres said over the radio. Jake looked up at the stars. Somewhere out there, humanity was building something new. Something the Council had never seen before. "Take us home," he said. But he was not talking about Earth anymore.
5 years had passed since the Great Escape. Jake Morrison stood on the observation deck of New Geneva, watching ships come and go from the busy spaceport below. What started as empty refugee camps had become something amazing. The city stretched across the valley, filled with parks and tall buildings that touched the purple sky. Admiral Amy Torres walked up beside him. She now commanded all human military forces after Admiral Clark died in an accident 2 years ago. "The liberation of Kepler-7 was a complete success," she reported. "The Zephyrians are free from Council mining operations." Jake smiled. The Zephyrians were crystalline beings who could sing to rocks and make them grow into any shape they wanted. The Council had forced them to build ships and weapons for centuries. Now they helped humanity create beautiful cities that looked like giant crystals. Dr. Lisa Grant joined them on the deck. Her terraforming projects had turned 12 dead planets into green worlds full of life. "The Mercaw delegation arrives tomorrow," she said. "They want to join our alliance." The Mercaw were water people who lived in the deep oceans of their world. The Council had been taking their planet's water for other colonies. Now they wanted humanity's protection in exchange for their amazing swimming cities and underwater farming techniques. "How many species have joined us now?" Jake asked. 6 confirmed allies, with 3 more considering it, Torres answered. "They all say the same thing. We treat them as equals, not slaves." Dr. Sam Mitchell's voice came over the communication system. "President Morrison, please come to the archaeology lab. We found something incredible." The 3 friends hurried to the lab, where Mitchell waited with Dr. Kate Phillips, their best explorer of ancient things. On the screen was a picture of huge stone buildings covered in strange writing. "Captain Roy Stevens found this at the Galaxy Center," Phillips explained. "It's older than the Council by millions of years. The beings who built this had technology that makes ours look like toys." Jake studied the alien symbols. "What does it say?" Phillips looked worried. "It's a warning. The galaxy has been through many cycles of empire and destruction. The Council isn't the first to rule everything, and they won't be the last." Mitchell pointed to another image. "There's something else. A weapon hidden in those ruins. Something powerful enough to reshape the entire galaxy." Jake felt a chill run down his back. They had the chance to end the Council's rule forever, but at what cost? The alarm bells rang across New Geneva as scouts reported the worst news possible. A massive Council fleet was coming. Fleet Admiral Skara led 2,000 warships toward human space, ready to finish what the exile had started. President Jake Morrison stood in the command center, watching the enemy fleet on the big screen. Admiral Amy Torres worked at her control station, moving their ships into position. They had only 300 vessels to face the Council Armada, but each human ship was better than anything the Council had ever built. "They think we are still the same weak humans they threw out 10 years ago," Torres said with a hard smile. "They are about to learn better." The first battle happened at Proxima's edge, near the border of human space. Captain Alex Turner commanded the Independence, humanity's newest warship. When the Council ships arrived, they expected an easy fight against primitive human technology. They were very wrong. Turner's ship appeared out of nowhere using Dr. Mitchell's quantum fold drive. The Independence fired its ancient weapon, a focused beam of pure energy reverse-engineered from the galaxy core ruins. The beam cut through a council dreadnought like it was made of paper. The huge enemy ship exploded in a ball of fire. "Impossible!" Admiral Skara hissed over the communication channel. "No species has weapons like that." More human ships appeared around the council fleet. They moved like ghosts, striking fast and disappearing before the enemy could fight back. In 1 hour, the council lost 700 ships, while the humans lost none. The surviving council ships ran back to their space, terrified and confused. News of the defeat spread across the galaxy like wildfire. Species that had served the council for thousands of years began to question their masters. Dr. Rachel Kim worked day and night in her lab, studying the ancient weapon they had found. She finally understood what it could do. "Jake," she called him over the radio, "this weapon doesn't just destroy ships or planets, it can tear apart the forces that hold the galaxy together. The last people who used it caused a dark age that lasted millions of years." Jake stared at the weapon plans on his screen. With one button, he could end the council forever. But he could also destroy every star system in the galaxy. Torres burst into the command center. "The council is sending their final fleet, every ship they have. If we lose this battle, humanity and all our allies will be wiped out." The choice was simple, but terrible.
The final battle began in the Phoenix Nebula, where colorful gas clouds made the perfect backdrop for the largest space fight in galactic history. President Jake Morrison commanded from the flagship Liberty, while Admiral Torres coordinated their fleet movements. The Council had brought everything they had left, 3,000 ships against humanity's 400. Jake stared at the red button on his command chair. One press would activate the ancient weapon and end the war instantly. Torres stood beside him, her hand moving toward the button. "We're losing too many people, Jake. End this now." Dr. Lisa Grant grabbed Torres's arm. "If we use that weapon, we become no better than the Council. We destroy everything we fought to protect." As the battle raged, something unexpected happened. Species across the galaxy began rising up against the Council. The Zephyrians sang their crystal ships into new shapes, attacking Council bases. The Murkoff flooded Council underwater cities. Even races that had served the Council for thousands of years joined the rebellion. Captain Alex Turner led a desperate attack on the Council flagship where Admiral Skara commanded. His ship was badly damaged, but he kept fighting. Through the smoke and fire, he sent a message to all Council ships. "We don't want to destroy you. We want to save you too." Something amazing happened next. Human ships began teleporting enemy crews to safety before destroying their vessels. While Council ships exploded, their people appeared alive and unharmed on human decks. No one in the galaxy had ever shown such mercy during battle. The sight of humans saving their enemies' lives shocked everyone watching. Council ships began surrendering instead of fighting. Admiral Skara himself was teleported to safety moments before his flagship was destroyed. Jake made his choice. Instead of using the ancient weapon, he broadcast its location to the entire galaxy, along with the warning about its dangers. Then he ordered it destroyed forever. The explosion lit up the galaxy core like a new star. The Council formally gave up, replaced by a new galactic federation where every species had an equal voice. Jake became the first Federation president, but with limited power and term limits. No one would ever rule the galaxy again. Years later, Jake stood before the Federation Assembly, representatives from 50 different species working together in peace. Outside the great windows, ships from many worlds explored new systems together. Humanity's empire had become something better than an empire. It had become a family of worlds, united not by conquest, but by hope for a better future among the stars.